Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode on the High Level Experience podcast. Our guest today is a pivotal player at High Level, where he masterminds the strategies that empower affiliates to thrive and succeed. With a keen eye for innovation and deep understanding of digital marketing, he has been instrumental in scaling affiliate channels to new heights. His insight to not only fuel growth, but also inspire wave of SaaSpreneurs and agencies to maximize their potential with High Level. So please welcome to the show, Jonah Tuska, manager of HighLevel affiliate channels. This is a special episode, guys. Let's get rolling.
Thanks so much for having me, man. Again, super excited to be here today. Been a minute since we've seen each other. I know we met back in Australia at the SaaSpreneur event, but I'm super excited to be here. Thanks so much for having me.
Great to have you, mate. Yeah, it's been great to catch up on our part of the world as well. Back in in May or when we had that. Jonah, for those who might that are listening that might be newer in the High Level community or might not be familiar, not you. Could you explain what your role as a manager of High Level affiliate channel involves?
Yeah,
what
most definitely. So my team works with a cohort of our affiliates, 98% of High Level's affiliates, actually. And my team's whole responsibility is working with these affiliates to make more commissions through High Level's affiliate program. And so we work with affiliates strategically to promote and share the word about High Level, get High Level into more ecosystems, get High Level out online, and we'll do that through a myriad of ways. But we have about 10 on my team now where we're just working with this amazing group of High Level affiliates that are going out and promoting our platform. So day to day, just to kind of give everyone some context, before, when I kind of came into the High Level scene, I used to work with our top affiliate, Jason Wardrop, James Bonaduce, a Rob Bailey, one-on-one. And we kind of take the things that we know work for our top affiliates, and we help newer affiliates that are getting up and running, implement the things that are working to essentially start generating more commissions as High Level affiliates.
And commission. let's talk about it, right?
Yeah.
I just saw Rob Bailey making a post on Facebook 2 days ago that you guys just paid out $5.8 it was $1 million, and that's for last month's commissions.
Yeah, we're well over the 120 million in commission paid out to affiliates at this point, which is amazing. I think it's hilarious that Rob called that out, because Rob's made over 5 million in commission, which is absolutely amazing. But I think a lot of affiliates and prospective affiliates we meet don't necessarily understand the opportunity. They might be like, affiliate marketing, affiliate programs, I can make, a few $1,000s a month. That sounds amazing. The interesting thing is, or for a lot of affiliates, it's not that small of an opportunity. It's the fun thing about recurring commission checks is they stack, and a fun thing about a platform that people use and don't leave is those commission checks keep coming. So yeah, a little over 5 million last month, well over 120 million to date, which is absolutely amazing. Last year, we hit the 45 million paid out to High Level affiliates, which, again, it's baffling. When I joined the company, we were right around 20 million lifetime paid out to affiliates. So we're keeping the checks rolling.
Yeah, it's unreal. I'm an affiliate as well. Full disclosure, guys. It's one of those a no-brainer thing. I think even if you're starting High Level for your own agency, or using High Level for your own agency, or you're going just pure SaaS, either way. It's just why wouldn't you, if you got people asking you in your community, other mates in the agency space, and they're not using mine as well, it's just send them a link, right? So I think it just comes down to how much, right? So for me, I'm not involved heavily because I'm trying to focus on my agency. So I don't really do anything when it comes to promoting High Level, aside from the podcast, which I think is enough. But I'm not per se creating ton of videos or specifically being a content creator. So That's obviously to my own detriment, but also in benefit of my focus on staying in my lane. Because that's like, it's also a really interesting one, right? Because I mean, and you could probably talk on that, where you start using HighLevel for your agency and for your SaaS. So you kind of like want to focus on that, but splitting the focus. Can we talk about splitting focus and then what do you find working for Sam? Because for me, I just can't do it, right? Like I tried. I was like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and it's just like you're just gonna spread yourself to sort of thing. So like my commissions, a couple of grand a month, which is nice. I'm very happy for that anyway. It's passive. It's great. Could have been a lot more if I just went all in as well. Because like I know people from like I spoke to somebody 3 years ago. They were just talk to me about my snapshots and things like that. And now I just checked on the YouTube and they got like 100,000, over 100,000 subs, and they just went all in on that. So they surprised me definitely. I'm very happy for them. So it just goes to show that yeah, it's an interesting one.
Yeah, I'm a big proponent of staying in your lane. When you start to take your attention away from the thing that's making you money, it's like that's when you that's when you stop making money. That's when you stop growing. It's a really common theme among a lot of our affiliates because turns out a lot of our affiliates have some sort of business they've built on HighLevel first. That's the most common sort of archetype in our ecosystem. They're building their agency, SaaS, they're running some sort of business using HighLevel, and they're kind of dipping their toes into the affiliate sphere. Where it really makes sense is if they're taking a documentation approach to building their agency, building their business using HighLevel, and they're sharing that online. Where the affiliate model really makes a lot of sense just to plug into that sort of experience, like this podcast fit. You
Yeah.
have listeners. How do you characterize your listeners?
High levelers, new ones, up and comers, and anyone really in the high level space in general who's nerdy and passionate about, growing their business with this platform.
And this is the exact sort of platform where affiliate can make a whole lot of sense because you're talking about the things you love already, and you're attracting a group of folks that could be good HighLevel customers, or they already are HighLevel customers that might grade with your affiliate link, that might do these kind of different activities. When we look at our kind of top cohort of affiliates, most of them have a background of running some sort of agency or SaaS or business. We have a lot of affiliates that might just come from a background of being a coach or being some sort of digital product creator, and they're just using HighLevel as a platform to power that business. And their entire affiliate model, they're just making videos, content on that business. That's all they do. And they just share it out. They share their templates. They share snapshots. They share bonuses. They make an offer in that process while they put out their content for people to go and sign up. And ultimately, that's where it can make a lot of sense. Again, going into it thinking, hey, I could do a little bit of affiliate, I could do this. It's probably not going to work, right? Where if you're building your agency, you're focusing all your attention there and it's working and you're saying, hey, I'm going to go start recording videos now. You could do that. Great. If not, like, yeah, share your affiliate link when friends come asking how you did this thing. But otherwise, take it one step at a time. I will say we have a large cohort of affiliates that we call kind of like yourself, like double dippers, right? Where it's like, we're building a SaaS or we're building an agency, but we're also an affiliate. And that's a really common model as well. I think it depends a lot on the person. And again, where we're getting traffic from and how we're getting traffic. If it's all aligned, it's all symbiotic, it can work. I know we have a lot of affiliates that might take an approach of using affiliate offer as a downsell if they're running SaaS, for example. We have a lot of white labelers who might go, they're building their SaaS, they have a client, and their offering is white glove. So higher ticket price. They're doing a lot of setup for these folks. They might have leads come in that don't want to pay that sticker price, that don't want that sort of like done for you offer. Another sort of avenue where saying, hey, you could sign up for HighLevel and give you my templates and they'll help you get set up is still a way you can kind of, you know, keep it a part of your ecosystem. But again, if it takes away from you doing the thing that's going to help you grow the most or help you make the most money, is like, is it worth it? And it's a personal decision, and it's a thing that you might have to think about, but super, super common. We have a lot of folks doing both.
Yeah, and obviously, I think there's many reasons why. I'm such a nerd that it's like kind of like you like like to tinker with stuff. So I'm
Yeah.
probably the worst example of like a business owner that is going the path where like you rapid growth. Because I know I'm not that,
Yeah.
and that's just like because I'm like trying to do a bit of this, trying to that. I am learning from it all so I'm trying to focus a lot more these days. I cut out lots of stuff, but just following on what you were saying. So like a good downside, so you're trying to approach a business high level now is actually becoming more mainstream knowledge of business owners than before, which is I think is great because it makes it easy to explain what it is. And I think for us at Stand Out from the Pack, that's my white label agency. So I speak more so SaaS these days is selling it as yes, like we use high level, but what you get with us is, we've got our community, we focus on educating you, and it's very much hands on, some one to one webinars and all that. Or you can go to high level and they'll help you out as well. But it's US company, so it's pros and cons, right? Like if I'm talking to like I'm doing a lot of BNI, for example, here in Canberra at my local market. So I'm building those personal relationships. People know me. So it just makes it that's what they would gravitate to, like working with me as opposed to a company that they can't personally reach out to. So but the model, so you mentioned okay, a downside, if somebody still goes, yeah, but I can go directly to high level and pay 97, save myself a bit of money. Then I think in that case, it's perfect opportunity to say yes. You know what? Like, I mean, I would if somebody said that to me, I'd say yes, you can. I would then probably argue my point of what would be the different point of going with us and the pros and cons. But if they still want to do that, might as well still make some money rather than just say, okay, go ahead. So send them a link. Another really interesting one, which is what the boys at White Level Suite did, Johan and Walt. And this is, I'm pretty sure that mentioned it on the podcast on the webinar. So, when they started Commit Suite, they were growing, but then they realized they've got a really good product, White Level Suite. So what they did, and I actually like that as an exit strategy, and for anybody listening as well, because you might get to a point where you got a lot of SaaS customers and you get to a point like, you know what, I just can't deal with it anymore. I just want to exit. You could try to sell it, or what they did is just release the accounts to direct to high level, right? Brilliant. So it's good to know that we have these options.
Yeah. And I think that's kind of another consideration where it's like, what's the model and can it make sense with the model? Where it's like, we can exit, we can eject our sub accounts. Like, does it make sense for the model? Like I have several friends, close family members that are both customers of white labels and of high level. I have a close family member. There's like, they're on a white label. I don't think they should be a high level customer. It's like if they don't want to do absolutely anything, they don't want to touch it. They just want the things to run. It's like, cool, stay where you're at. That works fantastic. I know when we kind of look through our patch of affiliates, kind of circling back to the models, like, does the model make sense here? It's like, we have one of our top affiliates right now. Or up and coming top affiliates. He's a, a digital product seller. Okay. And, all these people came to him like, oh, you should do a white label when you sell your digital products. You should onboard them into a white label. He's like, no, I do not. I want to build a lean business. I don't want to handle any of that. I'm just going to send folks directly to high level and build a recurring revenue stream off the back end of my, you know, online course sales. And, for him, that's what's important for his model. It's like, I want something lean. I like the recurring revenue. I don't want to be too hands-on with a support management style that might come with building a white label. And so for him, that's the model that works. For others, it just varies. That's one thing I kind of always consider or ask folks to kind of consider when they're trying to figure out like, should I include this in this mix? It's like, does affiliate make sense for your model? Does SaaS make sense for the model that you're trying to build? It varies, as you can imagine.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I want to talk about the models because there's so many. I wonder if there is another model that you might know. But before we do that, I just want to highlight to the guys who are new. We talked about ejecting accounts. I just want to clarify so that the people listening fully understand what that. I wouldn't say. Well, it's kind of like an exit opportunity. So what it is, if you got lots of sub accounts and for whatever reason you no longer want to run your business, you can actually basically let your customers to go directly to HighLevel, and then at that point just pay directly to HighLevel. So you eject the sub accounts from your agency, and I think do they have to approve it? Is that how that works?
You do have to approve it, but from there, it automatically
No,
gets tracked.
I mean the sub accounts, the actual sub account owners. Do they need to approve it when you
No,
eject?
no, no. So you could say, hey, we're built on HighLevel. We're shutting down our business. Your account's just fine. You're going to be transferred over to HighLevel, and they'd essentially you could go through a process of, hey, we're going to send them over here. They do have to. The big thing with that, as far as bottleneck, like they have to go back through, put in their billing details again, but their entire account can be transferred. You can let them know it's like, hey, we're transferring you out directly to HighLevel. This is the support they have. Here's how it works. And then on your end, you approve the transfer for those sub accounts and then earn the affiliate commission.
That's it. Like you mentioned at the end. Yeah, that's the big kicker, guys. So
Yes.
you're not just like switching your business off, exiting, and that's it, and then the money stops coming in. No, you actually get a chance to continue to earn some portion of money, which is 40% commission on their subscription, on your customer subscription that when they transfer over to HighLevel. So I think it's great. I think it's really good.
Yeah, it can make sense for folks that, either they have customers that maybe are what I might call too much work, or maybe they are just trying to, maybe trim around what type of audience they might be serving in their white label, or maybe they're just saying, hey, I'm going to go kick it and try something different for a while and offload everyone directly high level. So it is a tool available in your tool belt, as it were.
Yeah, I'm also thinking, redundancies as well, like from the perspective of single business operators like me, right? We've got a responsibility over our customers, right? Like, I love my customers, really enjoy working with business owners, helping them out, grow their business with our white level SaaS. But God forbid something was to happen with me and I don't have other, partners in my business. How would that work, right? So knowing that, okay, well, there's this, so I can put instructions for somebody so they know what can happen. Because like I wouldn't want to like leave my somebody, my wife, for example, to be like, what the hell do I do now, right? So it's
Yeah,
just good.
yeah, and the good thing with that is, we've dealt with those situations before. It's obviously unfortunate, but I guess a solace is the customers are still supported, and they still have a place to go, and there's still a way where it can work for them, even though it's a very unfortunate situation. God forbid, right? So
Yeah, because I mean, all I want to know is like I'm doing the right thing by everybody, by my customers as well. Everybody's being looked after. So, yeah. All right, that's a bit gloomy. Let's move back to something. Uh, so let's just can we unpack the business models a little bit more, and not just affiliate business models, but like all business models that exist of high level. I'll just run what I know. So you can use high level to fulfill for your agency services where the customers don't really get access. Is just using it to run services for their business. You can do the opposite where you give them access and then they are a SaaS customer and then you help them out. And then you got a third model, which is like a bit of a hybrid. So you're still helping them out, but also you fulfilling agency services. You can do affiliate, which we talked about. You could build. Well, there's also an exit, like what's the goal of it? So like, is it to launch and grow and for forever, or is it, you build to flip, you build your SaaS to sell? You could, when you get really good at high level with fulfillment, you could do white label fulfillment for other agencies. You could, so that's one I've tried, not bad. And you could also do like the Alex Hormozy style, where you invest in an agency who's up and coming or starting out, where you already got snapshots and processes in place and everything. So you got the know-how and the IP, and then you invest that IP into someone's business in exchange for a cut. And then you become like an investor in their business. But they are the ones who are going to be running it. So that's all I know. Lots of different options. Did I miss anything?
There's an interesting cohort in our ecosystem that aren't in the agency or staff sort of avatar, the coaches, like the course creators. Like for myself, for example, before I even knew or before I even worked for HighLevel, I was a user of HighLevel, using it for a online education business. And so it's an interesting cohort of our customer base that like not everyone is a SaaSpreneur or an agency owner or in this realm of agencies or SaaS. And so something to kind of consider, like in terms of our ecosystem, where it's like, education businesses are fairly massive, high level, as you can imagine, which, we don't think of it as first, but it's very prominent. Those are incredibly top of mind. We have avatar of folks that are serving those types of customers as well. Again, completely outside the realm of agency or SaaS.
So what does that look like? So there are like coaches who have their communities, do their coaching programs, and they are, as part of the program, they're suggesting to people that they should sign up for HighLevel to run their own business, like to other coaches, or they have like a white label.
And we're talking about not even affiliates or not even people selling HighLevel itself, but rather using HighLevel as just a base to build their own education businesses.
Yeah, okay, I got you. Yeah, so like selling subscription for the membership to access their community. So literally, they just have one sub account and they run their whole business that way. Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's kind of missed that. Yeah, the most obvious one I missed it, but yeah, the
End user
underlying
business.
the end user businesses. Yeah. So, and there's something to say about that too. Sometimes I'm thinking like, I'm in all these other sub accounts and I'm helping my customers, and sometimes I'm like, oh, I wish I could just be like all in on just my own sub account and just like really get more things dialed in. So there's a bit of an appeal to that as well, because just with the sheer amount of really cool features that you guys keep releasing every single week, I'm not even able to catch up with it all, like fully capitalize on it. Like it's on my list, like it's HighLevel's roadmap also kind of becomes like my roadmap,
Yeah.
like what we're gonna release. So it's exciting.
Yeah, no,
Um,
I know every time I been HighLevel on a day-to-day basis, I start, doing my work and it's like, this is new. I have not seen this before, and it's right there and it's amazing.
Yeah, yeah. Well, speaking of new, I was at town hall yesterday, and it was all about voice AI. It was voice AI town hall, and I just wanted to share some insights. I was actually thinking about it last night. That could be a segment that I start doing, like a separate, like a mini episode. But this one, I'll just kick it off. So basically, if you guys are using voice AI through HighLevel directly, I know there's different opinions, whatever. I'm not going to go too much into it. There are other vendors, pros and cons, right? Anyway, this is HighLevel yesterday and Town Hall. Translation service is coming, so you'll be able to have a transcripts that will, like voice AI call, say it's in English, like in a conversation in English language. But let's say you have users in your sub account who need to have it translated to like Spanish. So that's coming. So the transcript will be translated to whatever language you pre-configure. The next one is prompt evaluation. Really cool. So when it comes to like creating voice AI, you have to create a prompt, and that's like a bit of a like a skill set in its own, right? And you're trying your best and you go with it. But there's no, like, I always say, I'm such a fan of building workflows because it's like I've got the control of the path. I know exactly where things go, and I've got like I can see it. It's like very concrete. With voice AI, you build a prompt, you set up a prompt, but it's like it's just words, right? It's like 1,000 words or whatever. You don't really have a control over exactly that flow. You're just hoping that it's gonna. So prompt evaluation, what it is, and that's it's coming. It's not been released. It says go live. Go live next week, guys. Well, at the time of making this video, it's already live. There you go. So you create a prompt, and what it's gonna do, it's gonna assess your prompt, and it'll tell you what you need to fix. And number 3, appointment booking enhancement. So smarter time awareness, precise date and weekday detection, and more expanded flexible slot offering. Also on the roadmap is group calendars, which is a big one for service-based industries because right now you can only connect one. And if you're setting up for like a, I don't know, wellness clinic, they might have massage services. They might also have this other service and another service. So this is great. So you can group them in one calendar, and the idea is that the AI will have ability to schedule the right type of appointment. So that's really cool. APIs are going, well, they're live now at the time of making this podcast, releasing this podcast. So APIs are public, so you can actually do lots of cool stuff. From what I've seen, you'll be able to create new agents through API. You'll be able to update the custom actions for the agent. Lots of opportunities. But yeah, you mentioned the outbound, so I just want to touch base on that one. I'm just so excited about this because, I've had my experience with voice AI, pros and cons, but this is very exciting. Increase voices. So voices getting increased to 660 voices from 140 that are there now. And the other really exciting things, will have more accents, more languages are in the pipeline. And in particular, and this has been a really big pain point for me, is when I'm trying to select a voice, you get the chance to play the voice, right? But it just goes like a 15 seconds, and it doesn't stop until it finishes that little like a sample. And if I'm trying to like quickly, like a Rolodex style, go through one to another, say if I'm on a Zoom call with a client and helping them pick one, you can't really like kill that one, go to the next one really quickly, but that's changing. So there's going to be a new voice AI, like a selection UI, where you have more details at glance, quick filters, and an extended support for more voices. You'll be able to basically filter down by gender, by language, accent, and yeah, it's very, very exciting. And then the last 3, we kind of get it into a bit of a mini town hall. Voice AI widget. So this like the orb that's coming. Testing of agents without having to use a phone number. That's a big one. And advanced voice AI controls where you can adjust speed, volume, temperature, background sound. So you can have a voice AI where you want to have a bit of a background sound from like noises from like, let's say if it's a coffee shop, you'd be able to do that. Lots of cool stuff.
What are you most excited for? What do you think is going to help your crowd the most? Can you grow, scale, and optimize?
To me, it's what I'm most excited about is the prompt assessment. The what was that one called? The assessment tool for the prompt. So it tells me exactly what I need to, because I'm trying to get to more and more into a pure SaaS mode. That's for me as a model. I've been doing a lot of agency services. I'm trying to move more into like pure SaaS. With pure SaaS, that means I want my customers to help themselves, and then just be more of an educational business and just really focus on webinars and supporting our customers and being able to build what they want to build. So seeing these improvements where it's getting easier and easier out of the box, things like AI for building a funnel page, AI for building a web page, ask AI to figure out which is the next potential opportunity. All those things are indicating me that HighLevel is getting to that point where it's really going to be easier and easier to self-serve as a self-serve platform for customers. And then this is like kind of like I'm more passionate about the strategic and strategic advisory for my customers to like say, okay, well, look, you've got this business and here's where you're at, and these are your products, these are your services. Let me help you like figure out the ideal mix of features that you might want to look into and how do you utilize those. So the utilization and the leverage of those for your business. Like yesterday, like last night, actually, I was on a call with a customer And, because like when you look at it, if you got no clue, you're just looking at it, lots of like lots of menu items, lots of features, but like, so where do I start is like the question, right? So with him, it was like, well, you don't have a website and you don't have any sort of marketing channel. So let's focus on inbound organic content as the first one, because we know that if you do really good inbound or like a good content strategy, that's going to enhance any other lead gen strategy that you do later. Like if you then decide to run paid ads, having organic content already established will enhance conversion and things like that. So I was like, well, what that means is social planner, scheduling content. How do you create content? Showing him, how you can use ChatGPT, create a content plan, all that. Okay, great. So now you've got content, you can start to schedule it out. You've got a bit of a rhythm. We like to say to our customers, just like, keep it simple, right? Like a content rhythm. Like focus on one video a week, one little post. So that's two posts, one newsletter at the end of the month, and in the middle of the month you do an article. How do you put together the newsletter is by basically consolidating everything you've done for the last 30 days. Boom, that's your newsletter. Content rhythm, super easy. And so now you're doing socials, you've got videos, you've got an article, that's a blog, and a newsletter. Really good starting point. So I was just showing the customers, like him, showing him how that all works together and how it's leveraged is what I kind of enjoy doing. So it's just good to, sorry, really long-winded answer to your question. But yeah, in general, I'm excited about those improvements that are going to make it easier for my clients to help themselves, and then I can have more leverage and scale this more to more businesses.
For the learning curve for AI for your customers, how do you feel the uptake for them? Like, are they confused? Are they lost? Are they like, they know this is going to help me. They know they should have this implemented in their business, but are they picking it up quick? Are they ready to implement, or are they just in no man's land? What does that look like?
At the moment, we're still doing the custom route on the voice AI side, so we do it for them. We show them what we're doing, and we run through demos like what we've built and get some feedback loops, and then we fine tune the prompt or whatever. The initial response, even just on the front end, even before it's even built for their business, just a general demo, people get excited because like, oh, this is cool. Like they can see the opportunity. I do find that once some time has passed, they start to then go into assessing it a bit more in more detail. And that's when they realize, so you know what, I don't really like when it's responding this way, or don't really like when it's responding that way. So what I thought it would have been like out of the box, really cool thing, done and dusted, is not really that way. So you have to continue iterate and working with the clients to improve. Now, it's all well and good if you got those type of clients who are reasonable and they understand this is technology and there's, it's a new technology still, and they work with you on that, it's fine. But we've had some customers who are like, just kind of like, just very blunt. Yeah, this is crap. It's, it said this, and they see that one bad response by AI and like, nah, I don't want to use it. And they just get, they just go like, I'd rather not use it. Can you switch it off? I'm like, oh, okay, well, there is a way how you can make it better, but this is only going to work if you're open to the training part, right? Because we do like to say to customers, and this is the part where it's really hard to scale, the ongoing training of the chatbots and AI. Unless you're charging additional subscription or it just makes a good like a business sense to do it, because you kind of have to like, the only way this works is you kind of have to go into clients' accounts every day and monitor the inbox to look for any weird responses, right? And so that's a lot of time spent on individual accounts. It's really hard to scale that. So right now we just tell our customers like, hey, this is a bit of a two-way street. If you see any weird interaction, because you, Mr. Customer, Mrs. Customer, you guys are the ones who need to be logging in and managing your account, your CRM for opportunities, right? We've done that. We've done the like work on the automations. If you see anything odd, you let us know and we can try and help you fix it. But also you can help yourself and you just give it a thumbs up or thumbs down and then just adjust, what would be a response next time. That's for chat. Voice AI a little bit more trickier because there is not, that's something I'd like to see, is the similar way how you can, improve those conversations with chatbot where you can give it thumbs down, thumbs up for voice AI. I don't know how, but like I know you get a transcript from the whole call. And so if there was in the transcript where you had maybe like you could highlight the portion of the response and add a comment and it gets passed to the system and then AI can pick up on it and like, oh, okay, cool. So you'd want it different. I don't know. I think it's
So
great. Yeah. So go
is
ahead.
this why you're kind of making that like comment? Is like, hey, I kind of want to bring more education in my business because it seems like there seems like there needs to be a large lift in terms of just education to the customer base, so you can kind of continue to scale. Where it's like customers should be using this, but it's new. They have to learn it and they have to help themselves sometimes. Is that kind of what you're saying?
Yeah, yeah, because it's about adoption and then about confidence. And I found if the clients are not feeling confident in a reasonably, fast time frame, then they're not going to be using the system, and then they're just going to cancel. They're going to churn out. So, I mean, in the SaaS business, we know like that's the most important metric is like how quickly can you get them adopted. So, and the way we're doing it right now is just like a lot of one-to-one meetings, because we just really want to learn how we can like what are the really commonalities with people. People say, like, say if I do a full hour on social planner, I would go through all the different options, all the different capabilities, how you can schedule bulk schedule CSV, upload, the categories, all those cool little things. Then show customer like a real scenario, how they then flip the screen. I used to be a personal trainer, and in the fitness world, I was a trainer and assessor. I was teaching at a college, and in Australia, you have to have a certificate in training and assessment, and that's basically the model is explain, demonstrate, practice. So you explain somebody something, you show them how it works, you teach them, but then the acquisition of that skill doesn't end there. It's actually then you have to flip it onto the customer and say, okay, now you show me. I've shown you. Now you share your screen and try and you do it. And then that's where you can assess whether they've actually acquired that skill set. They understand how it works. They usually get stuck on here and there, but that's the opportunity to improve, to learn. You show them, and then that's like how you close the loop. So how did I get to this? What was the question?
Educating our customer base, man.
Yeah. So I enjoyed that. I mean, what was it? Yesterday I was at BNI and BNI, like a business networking brekkie for those guys who don't know. And one of the legends in our community, in our group said, we talked about oxytocin, like the happy feel mood sort of hormone, right? And what's the easiest way to get some oxytocin is when you help somebody. When you help somebody, you're not expecting anything in return, and then they appreciate you for that help, you feel good about yourself, right? So like that's why like I enjoy more teaching and educating my customers, because when I get that response and I see that now, it clicked for them, they can now see the value, and also they acquired that skill. Now the confidence for them goes up. Lots of boxes get ticked. Like first, little like an ego thing, yeah, I feel good about myself, help somebody. There's a meaning to my work. But also on the business side, I'm like, yes, I've just made that a lot more sticky. This customer it's less likely to leave, So yeah, I think as a model, it's very appealing to me. The educational model and one too many. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's interesting too, because like, for us, my team is like we kind of do the same thing, but from like affiliate perspective, and it's the same exact thing. We do the one-to-one to figure out, it's like, okay, people are talking about SaaS versus affiliate. These are our problems. Like, these are the things we need to overcome, and we address those in one-to-many. And I could definitely relate to that, because it's always a good feeling when you're able to see that, like, oh my gosh, this makes sense. This is awesome. I'm ready to rock and roll. Like, that feels freaking good, man.
Yeah. And look, there is like a real power in doing one too many, because there's like a group chemistry or group lift that happens. Like I used to,
Mm.
I'm going to use that analogy of when I used to work in the fitness industry. So I used to work as a personal trainer and I do one-to-one sessions. Great. You charge more per hour. I was charging $110 per hour to spend an hour with a client and, put them through a workout that I prepared for them, so they, get a workout. Great. and you try to motivate and you push them and you try and like balance it out. You got that U curve, like over motivation and all that. But you still, it's a one-to-one relationship. So it's all on you. I also run boot camps in the park. So I'd have 15, 20 people show up. And what's interesting is you put people in a group and you do like maybe like a relay, like you run that, like you pair up. So one of you is going to run 100 yards, then you come back until your partner comes back. You're going to do burpees. So now you create this interesting thing where both of them know that both of them know about each other. They work. So you're not going to be sloppy. You're going to actually work harder. And it's self-motivating, but it's scaled because it's in a group. So I'm no longer having to manage each one of them. They kind of like the group dynamic of it. It just takes care of it. So that's what I like about that. And then the other thing is managing the group together as well. Like say if I did warm up. So one of the courses I did is I spoke to, like in the fitness world, you've got like educational providers, how you upskill your skills as a PT, right? And there was this group, these two guys, they were like ex-military, and they were bringing the concept of like military style boot camps into like a fitness world, like how setting like strategies, how you do it well. And one of them was like, when you give in instructions, trying to waffle less, just be more boom, 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 just short and sharp. So less wordy, less of a mouthful your instructions are, easier they are to understand. So what I would do is, for example, I do like a warm up. Everybody would show up in the park. We would have some equipment for later, but for warm up, let's have a bit of a jog and then do some stretches. But what I would do is I'd say, all right, everybody, follow me. I'm going to start running. Just follow me. And I'll start running and I'm forming a circle. And then as they followed me around, then the circle gets formed. So I would escape and go in the middle and I would just say, keep running. So then now I was in the middle and they keep running around me. And then I would say, when I say stop, you're going to stop and do 3 push-ups. Stop. It's like one word. Now everybody knows what to do. So why I'm saying this analogy is that if you do this well, you can actually help a lot of people at once. So if you bring it to a concept of teaching people how to, with SaaS, your customers, you do a webinar, you pick a topic, and you're showing everybody at once, and you give them like, well, not like a military style instructions, but you get what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah, of course. Do you run these webinars for your customers. You help them learn the same thing at once. They also build this communal bond kind of at the same time because they're like, that guy over there, he has it. Like I feel more motivated. Like I'm in the sauce with the rest of these folks, all doing the same thing. We're all getting it. Feels good. Do you also bring your customers into any other form of community, or is it just in these one-to-many group calls? What does that look like?
Yeah, so webinars and the community, it's like the
Yeah.
perfect combo because in the community, you can then continue that chatter. And ideally, when you do it where, perfect example is HighLevel community. Maybe these days, not so much because just so many people now, it's just like, it's more of a noise. But I remember like when I was starting 2022, 2021, around that, it was about 8,000 people. So it was like this really cool chatter and everybody helping each other out. So we have a community, and for most salespreneurs, you're not gonna hit those like 100,000 or what is it, 109,000 members. That's nuts. So it's gonna work really well, and that's what I'm finding is like, okay, well, the communication about upcoming events, upcoming releases, anything happens in a scaled way because I just do one post, and it's inside my community, and everybody gets notified. The webinars, when they happen, people show up, then that's great. That's very real-time interactive. But if they can't make it, I can just upload the recording in the community right away. So I think it's like, it just really leverages the support, and you actually end up having less one-on-one support requests. And if you do those, then obviously that's when, like a good vendors like HL Pro Tools, Extendly, Growth will come in where you can have like a 24/7 support chat and things like that. So yeah.
That's amazing. And, it's so funny because it's hilarious to me whenever I talk to one of our white labelers or SaaSpreneurs because it's like, oh man, like I'm over here on this side because high level. It's also a SaaS, and we're kind of doing a lot of the same things in terms of how we're engaging and like building and kind of supporting. I'm obviously supporting and helping affiliates grow, but it's a lot of the same stuff. Like in terms of what you need to do, it's like the fundamentals of helping people like accomplish or learn the next thing. It's crazy how it transmutes, how it
Yeah.
is just so related.
Yeah, and that's what I like about high level. I mean, there's so many similarities, and we can actually, you guys are giving us honestly a bit of a blueprint, actually a lot of like, how things are done, from the skateboard method to, how you run the community and how you support us as customers. You don't really have to reinvent the wheel, to be honest. You just got to add your own personality, your own branding, your own unique way of how you deliver things, but the vehicle's the same.
I was speaking to Tim Sabir one time. You're familiar. He's a SaaSpreneur in our ecosystem.
Yeah.
Great guy, but you know, he told me is like the way I grew Media Shield was just copying what high level would do. It's like how they support their customers, onboarding flows. It's like, and I think that's great. I think there's a lot where you know for high levels, like we are supporting a lot of customers and we're trying a lot of different things. There's a lot of things where it's like, we know a lot of the fundamentals of what it takes to run a successful SaaS company, as you can imagine. And then even from a perspective of, circling back to Tim, it's like, as an affiliate, he's an interesting kind of case because he came in and he really brought the first kind of cohort of like Arabic speaking customers into high level ecosystem. And, you know, the way he kind of brought those folks aboard is like, he just took the blueprints high level was using to help essentially onboard new customers, went to this blue ocean market we weren't serving at the time and helped bring those people into our ecosystem, just copying, pasting what we were doing for our existing customers, just doing it as an affiliate. So I'm always a big fan of not reinventing the wheel, taking something that works and remixing it to make it fit. I really think that goes for anything. Yeah. Even when we train new affiliates, we take the models that work, go do these things. Like, here's what's working, remix it as your own. Even when we bring new customers into high levels ecosystem, we have our quick wins. We have an exceptional trial experience team. They're able to get, for Q1, they're sitting at, they're able to convert 65% more customers if they come and talk to this team. Why? We walk through a blueprint of, hey, when customers start using these things immediately, they're more likely to stick. And it's like, let's not reinvent the wheel. Let's take things that are working and help, onboard and indoctrinate and help launch new folks that are flowing into the ecosystem, whether that's on affiliate side, whether they're customers, your SaaS customers of high level, they get the kind of same treatment. Help them set up the basics, the fundamentals, the things that are going to help them get the results the quickest, because we're using big data to understand what are our customers using, how are they getting results, and we're applying that for anyone net new.
Yeah, absolutely. I wanted to elaborate on that, but also want to
Yeah.
plug Tim. So, guys, if you want to listen to actually interview Tim Sabir, he's got a really great product called Go CSM, which allows you to have more deeper insights into the user engagement with the login. So you get to see when people logged in, what features they're engaging with, and not what features not engaging yet. It's a like an add-on product that Tim offers called Go CSM. But that episode is episode 50, and we talked for about an hour and a half about it. So if you guys are interested in that, definitely check it out. Episode 50 on the High Level Experience podcast. So back to you. What I want to know is if you could elaborate on, I kind of want to leverage that I've got you here, and you mentioned big data. Like, there's nobody else. I could talk to any SaaSpreneur, and I'm going to talk to SaaSpreneurs, obviously, when I got to Dallas. But really, you guys have the most data when it comes to adoption. And you mentioned this one team that has significant impact on people be like adopting faster. And can you elaborate on
Yeah.
that?
So we have this fantastic team, and if you're in the high level ecosystem and you're an affiliate, you've probably heard me talk about this before. I've said this thousands of times just because of how valuable it is. Like, we want affiliates to send their customers here if they're in their ecosystem, and then again for all the SaaSpreneurs working listening, it's like this is our customer journey model. Like, this is what works for us, and this is, kind of the selling point we use for affiliates. Like, we have this incredible trial experience team. Like, turns out the second someone signs up for a trial, you should go and talk to those people. Turns out if you talk to those people, or like, for example, our trial experience team, they convert customers that talk to that team at a significantly higher rate. In Q1 of this year is 65% better than if they we're self-service, for example. And, for affiliates, it's like, oh yeah, you want the customers you send us to go and talk to this team, of course, because when they convert, you earn commissions. But for us, it's like, hey, turns out this model works really, really well. And what we do during those initial calls is we help people get set up. It's what we call quick wins. Okay. So quick wins are really, really simple, like high level features. It's nothing crazy. It's nothing like Vic was talking
Reputation,
about.
social planner. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Reputation management, chat widget, really basic stuff where it's like, if I'm a business owner or if I'm an agency and I see, oh my gosh, I got a lead in like the first day on signing up with HighLevel through my chat widget, I start to see, oh, I see how this is going to help me actually make money. And that's the really important thing. It's like, what's the things that we can do to help someone get their first win the fastest? And so for us, since we're a software company, it's like, okay, capture, if you install a chat widget on a website within, your first 30 minutes as a high level customer, you're more likely than not going to see a lead pop in your account. You have the app, you'll be like, oh my gosh, a new lead. Oh my gosh, conversation. Oh my gosh, this person's asking about pricing. Amazing. I'm more likely to stick now because, I'm seeing it work. And that's really the important thing. And that's kind of our big thing. And that's how, we kind of help new trialers in high level ecosystem just get started quickly. And then, our big thing is just getting people past day 90 as paying high level subscribers. For affiliates, I always tell them it's like, structure offers that, you're for the first 3 months that you're paying as a high level customer, you get, a stat shot every 2 weeks. And the reason is, like, past day 90 in our ecosystem, we just have tremendously low churn. And so, like, our customer journey is kind of designed around this point. We have 24/7 available sort of like one-on-one interactions that any new trialer can go and talk to the trial experience team any time of day. Any customer for the first 90 days can go and talk to, a customer implementation specialist one-on-one. It's like, these are the things we're doing to reduce churn and then obviously increase adoption, like, of our product, like, right from the get-go. And, for me, it's like, this is kind of our big, like, selling point to affiliates, because it's like, guys, this is how the recurring commission stacks. For all the SaaSpreneurs listening, it's like, these are things I would take notes on. It's like, go through our sign up process, see what we're doing, just because it works incredibly well.
Yeah. So this is my follow-up question.
Yeah.
When I've signed up 2021
Yeah.
and what the onboarding process was then is wildly different to what it is now. You talking about it, I have no clue, right? Because I've already gone past that stage. So I don't sign up for high level every day. Yet I'm a SaaSpreneur and I'm always looking for ways to improve adoption and all that. So I'm wondering if you guys could create this opportunity for us established SaaS, established or up and coming SaaS to have visibility into kind of like an insider secret, or like sharing what's working for you guys, because you're doing it on a large scale and you got the data. If there was a way to access it and basically have like because you probably have it mapped out visually, like what that process is from the customer signing up and what are the things that happen. And if there was a space for us to be able to go and see it, what's the latest that HighLevel is doing to onboard new HighLevel customers that's working for them that we could learn and and apply in our own SaaS. That would be brilliant.
Yeah, that would be brilliant. And if I was a SaaSpreneur, I would want the same exact thing. If I was a competitor, I would also want the same exact thing. I'd love you. Let's open up the engine. And from a perspective of like fundamentals, the really important thing for us is just like a very positive customer experience. It's like that's first and foremost, where it's like, how do we make this experience really, really awesome? And part of that's not just, to really boil it down to like a single point. It's just like, we just like the ability to hop on a call like this. Any team at HighLevel, like affiliate team, like everyone can come and talk to an affiliate manager like this. Trialer, everyone could go and talk to a person like this. Customer, everyone could go and actually have a face-to-face conversation with someone like that. That's the boilerplate, like, without the bells and whistles. Like, what do you do at, day 5 versus day 3? It's like, well, boil it down to like the most basic thing possible. It's like, like we just make ourselves available to like our customers and like our ecosystem as much as possible, which is not easy by the as you can imagine. I know you were at our SaaSpreneur event, and Varun always shares our stats on support tickets and how we kind of flow through these things. But it is important, I think, in terms of creating that positive customer experience where it's like, it's just a little bit better than if I couldn't do this, right? And obviously there's customers like, I don't want to hop on a call with these people. It's like, they're blowing up my phone. It's like, well, overall it leads kind of that
Yeah. So this,
overtly probably a train.
I think if and that's a good point in that. Like, if you guys open the doors behind the scenes for us to see the specifics, we would see exactly like the funnels and different like visual. That might for some be like, it might actually take away from creativity, because when you see too much of a blueprint, it's like you're just gonna copycat that and just slap your logo. You don't really put your own involvement. Then you don't really have a unique selling point. So who said it? My wife said it. Somebody. Like if you got an offer in the marketplace and they're thinking that, well, I've got the same offer with somebody else, so why would I do it? People are already doing it. And she says, well, yeah, but like it comes down to your personality, and you like, it's like an analogy, like wearing a hat, like a baseball cap. Like I'm wearing my favorite color is blue, right? So if I've got a particular way how I present myself, how I talk, that's gonna, some people will appeal to that because it's gonna like, yeah, I'm kind of alike. I gravitate to that type of personality. Other people's will hate that. So basically, the idea here is that don't worry about like how you do it and whether you're hitting the mark with the market, because you will always hit the mark with the market. It's just, you got to find your tribe. Like the people that wear those blue baseball caps, they will gravitate to you. So just kind of like being uniquely you, and just the rest will just follow, right? And then the other point I was going to say with the adoption, and I said it yesterday in my BNI, is like, if you're gonna chop an onion, you're gonna cry. If you're gonna peel it, not so much,
Oh, that's good.
right? So
Yeah.
if you got adoption features, hey, Mr. Customer, all this cool stuff, they just want to cry. It's like, what?
And
Overwhelmed.
even for our new customers, I was talking about like, hey, our quick wins, like the amount of pure raw power like behind HighLevel like doors. It's like, that's not what we're showing people like on like our onboarding calls. Again, it's just like really basic, simple things, kind of like this. It's, I want to peel back the layers. Okay, we have reputation management, or we have a chat widget. It's amazing. Oh my gosh, I have a lead. Oh, there are automations over here, and you could actually automate the follow up. Okay, slowly but surely, and then give it. How long have you been a customer again?
2021, in mid 2021.
4 years. Four.
Yeah.
Yeah,
something like that.
4 years. It's like give it 4 years, and yeah, you're gonna be playing the system like a fiddle, right? That's-
I don't know. I'm still there's so much more layers of the onion I gotta keep peeling because it's. But that's just kudos to you guys. It's always innovating, always adopting. So it's exciting. So how did you get into? How did you get into? Can we talk about like a bit of a personal journey a little bit? Like, so
yeah,
you
for
said
sure.
that before you working with HighLevel, working for HighLevel, you were using HighLevel. How did you transition from that into working for HighLevel?
Yeah, so just to kind of add some context, I ran a music marketing education company for 3.5 years prior to High Level. I was actually a customer of several competitors. Okay, so I have the very classic story. Our marketing team will, send out in ads like, oh yeah, like all in one, like, you can move everything. My marketing stack was, I was running a solopreneur business. It's like $1,600 a month. I had my funnels over here and my email marketing and like my tax and my courses. It was just like all kind of scattered and disjunctured. And I found High Level because I was like, there's probably a better way to do this. And so I came in as a really like an end user business. We just had a really messy tech stack and started using High Level for my business and integrating everything under like one roof, which diminished my tech costs in half. And it was great. It was really great. And I kind of immediately saw that value, which is kind of why I went and I joined the team. And so I in this particular business, one of my core offers essentially became obsolete overnight. Okay, so I went from making tens of thousands of dollars in revenue a month, like in this education business, to essentially zero overnight. And I was like, well, I could pivot into an agency because I have this client base. I can do like done for you work, like instead of kind of the do it yourself model I was taking. But instead, I was like, hey, I've kind of been in my own bubble, my own sounding board of like my own mind. I could probably add a lot of value here and have a lot more leverage to serve more people to do bigger and better things. And so I joined the High Level team through the affiliate channel. And so my kind of background in affiliate, part of my education business, I would sell like different affiliate offers like in my kind of products, which, it was never a meaningful like arm of my income, which I wish I wish I knew what I knew now, but that's all I'll say to that. But I came aboard the team and, again, started in our affiliate channel working with some of our top partners. And again, that kind of gives a background of kind of how I came into High Level's ecosystem a little bit.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, no, thanks for sharing. Yeah, like I'm not that involved with the affiliate team these days, but back in the days, it was like dipping my toes into it. I was working with Kelsey a lot. Travis, he was my account manager. He's now moved on to do other good things. But yeah, I don't know if you were at the same time like as Kelsey or you came later as Kelsey. But yeah, regardless, like you guys
Yes.
are. Yeah, go.
Yeah. So Kelsey brought me in, and just real quick, I want to say Travis actually got promoted. He's doing bigger and better things at High Level.
That's right.
Just
Yeah, good to
FYI.
clarify. Yeah, he's good
Yeah,
man.
he works to bring in new partners into our affiliate ecosystem. But I came in under Kelsey's team, which super amazing. She's a great leader. She's added a ton of value to our affiliate program, which not sure if any of y'all listening have met her, but she's fantastic, huge value to the High Level ecosystem. But I kind of worked under her arm for a while, and now I'm running this kind of activation motion, essentially working with the majority of our affiliate base to get up and running from zero to, active, essentially, as we say. So,
Now, for people listening who want to tap into this more, how do they get in touch with you?
yeah. So if you're a High Level customer, amazing. From your agency view of your High Level account, click on your affiliate portal. You'll be able to see your affiliate link. You can book a call with our team. Fun fact, if you are a High Level affiliate every single high level affiliate gets to work with an account manager. Like Vit was saying, it's like, you don't know who your affiliate manager is, as we'll say internally. All you have to do is book a call and one will be routed to you. If you don't know how to find your affiliate manager or you don't know how to find any of this stuff, that is a-okay. Just shoot me an email, jonah.tuska@gohighlevel.com, or drop it in our community, our affiliate community, or our Facebook community. We'll help you out. We'll get you sorted. Shoot me a DM. Yeah. Be overly communicative, saying you want to make high level affiliate commissions. Scream it from the rooftops, and we will find you.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, honestly, it feels good to get that passive little extra paycheck every month because business can be tough at times. And just knowing that I've got something to rest on, even though it's just a couple of grand, but still money, still good. Pays for some of the subscriptions. Looking ahead, are there any upcoming features or initiatives with high level that you think our affiliates should be particularly excited about?
I think the big one right now is AI employee, and the call out with AI employee is affiliates can earn commission on sub account subscriptions, which is kind of the big thing where it's like, if you are someone that maybe works with agencies, we were talking about models earlier. One of the models that, if I recall, you've been talking about how you can go and serve agencies in a myriad of different ways. But let's say you help an agency implement an AI service package into their offering. Maybe they're not currently doing it. Maybe they want to do it. They don't know how, but you do. You could go in, you could help them build out their AI sort of service package through high level. And for compensation, you could use, AI or our kind of AI employee affiliate attribution model where essentially you could earn 40% recurring commission on every single one of their sub accounts. It's a different sort of model than a
Hang on a
lot of
minute.
our affiliates.
Can you go again? Can you explain it again? Sorry, I missed that.
Yeah. So 40% recurring commission on every sub account. So you help an agency sign their AI or help sign up AI employee unlimited accounts to their sub accounts. So let's say that you go and help another agency start selling AI employee to their sub accounts. You could say, hey, you use my code, I'm going to earn 40% recurring commission. I'll take that as payment or compensation, etc. You help them implement AI employee into their service offering. You're going to earn 40% recurring commission on every single AI employee unlimited subscription they sell to their sub accounts, which again, that's the $97 a month price point.
Huh.
Little known
Interesting.
fact.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Little
So,
known fact.
all right, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. I was just going to say, it's from an affiliate perspective. I think it's one of the biggest opportunities just because it opens up the door for different types of models to kind of develop. You don't just have to be like content creators. Like, you could make some serious impact, serious money through this model as well, which, you're not necessarily following that kind of traditional affiliate. Like, I'm going to build an audience or I'm going to, figure out a way to get lots of traffic to my affiliate link. So I think specifically maybe for this audience, it might be interesting to learn more about just
Uh,
because, yeah,
that is interesting. Hang on. So this is like, I know I can do webinars that are like highly engaging. And I'm working with this guy from Brazil that allows me, like he taught me how to use OBS and cool overlays on Zoom. Things like you start a
yeah,
webinar and you say to people, hey, drop in the chat, which city you joining or which country you're joining from. And you got this like overlay of the map of the world and like red pins start to show up. Or you might say yes, no type of question. And you get a little dial and as people are answering in the chat, yes, no, the dial actually dynamically shows the total results. I know how to do this. So what I could do is, not that I'm going to do this for other agencies, but as a model, the way I understand is so there's some sort of a link. I could approach an agency, a SaaS agency, and say, hey, you've got, however many, hundreds of SaaS customers. Do you want to sell more employee AI add-on subscription? Just like, yes, you can pay as per usage, but if they pay for the subscription, it's unlimited. And if I figure out a way how I can position it well and convert those and say to the business owner, hey, let me run the webinar to your customers to explain the benefits of going for the add-on as opposed to paying on demand, educate them further on how to leverage AI so then the volume goes up above, so then it's just a no-brainer. And I could do that.
Yeah,
I,
you could do exactly that.
and I don't have to worry about like trying to do any marketing because they bring the audience to me, and
Yeah,
all I do is just help them convert and then take a
exactly.
click.
Exactly.
And that's coming.
That's here now. You can do that today.
And who pays me? HighLevel pays me, or am I? I want to make sure if this happens because I've worked with people, agency owners, and
Yep.
some don't really have the right ethics, so they might drop you. So it's not like they have to create their own affiliate thing, and then you rely on them paying you and being diligent. You get
So
paid.
yeah, it's through HighLevel's affiliate program. So just to kind of add some context on how it works, agency owner takes your referral ID, which for those of you that don't know, we'll get a little nitty gritty. It's a fun little string of characters at the end of your affiliate link. If you don't know what your referral ID is, please ask an affiliate manager because you have no idea how many affiliates change that or make little mistakes regarding their affiliate. Anyway, grab this little ID. You say, hey, Mr. Agency, I'm going to do this webinar for your customers. I'm going to help you sell more AI, employ unlimited subscriptions. All you have to do is, I'm an affiliate of HighLevel. I'll get 40% recurring commission for each one of these sub accounts I sell. You don't have to pay me anything, but I'm going to do all the training. I'm going to give them, or I'll give you XYZ to use to help, yada, yada. You make some sort of offer where it makes sense for them.
Mm-hmm.
You add this link in your AI employee subscription add-on package inside of your HighLevel agency account.
Okay.
They take that low referral ID, they add it in there. Then every single sub account that takes the AI employee unlimited add-on while that referral ID is in there is going to be affiliated to you. And there is a timing on how often that can be changed because they could say, Vit, we did a few webinars together, we're good now, and they can take that out. That being said, every customer you brought on during that period, you're still earning commission from. It's just moving forward. They say, hey, we're going to go do our own thing and sell our own AI employee subscriptions, yada, yada. But you could do a model like, and if they have 100, 1,000 sub accounts and you bring in, let's say 50 of them of that 100 or, 100 of that 1,000, it's like you're going to earn 40% recurring commission on each one of those.
And it's not really going out of their pocket, so it doesn't matter. But I do like that you thought about giving everybody flexibility, because if the agency owner wants to bring in another influencer or another person that might be even better at converting, they have that option to swap you out. But then the person who's done the work, they don't lose out. It's really cool. I like that. And if they add their own markup on top of which you should, because if you just keep it at 97, you're not going to make any money as an agency owner. The only upside is still that it's adds more stickiness to it. So
and the one call out with this is you'd make 40% commission off of the HighLevel price. So the 97, so 38 a month per account. So if they add, $100 a month markup or whatever that markup is, that's not included in the total commission amount.
Yeah.
Just a clarification.
And that's great because it makes it a no-brainer offer, honestly. A no-brainer offer. Yeah.
I think, for us, I'm getting the wheels are turning a little bit for me because you propose is like, oh man, like we haven't really been thinking about it that way, or I haven't really been thinking about it that way from an affiliate perspective. But I think that makes a lot of sense from like how to kind of approach using that opportunity if you so choose. So that's it. Taking notes on that one. I like that.
Yeah. I mean, there's always a learning curve. There's always nuances, right? Right. Let's wrap it up. I just wanted to say, if you wanted to say like a last piece of advice for those interested in becoming HighLevel affiliates, what advice would you give them to start off on the right foot and achieve success?
Yeah. Biggest thing I would say, as always, as with anything in the HighLevel ecosystem, like come talk to someone, like on our team, like, we want to help you make money through this opportunity. It's like, that's our entire role. So it's like, ah, come chat with our team, come talk to someone, ask questions, be vocal. If you don't, if you have questions about how things work, if you need more understanding, it's like, I'm a big believer that there's a lot of missed opportunity in lack of communication or, improper communication. We were talking about AI employee affiliate commission today. Like, did you even know about that?
Yeah. No, didn't. I mean, I
Yeah.
I saw that affiliate link field that you can put other affiliates links, so they earn 40% commission from that upsell. But it just didn't click with how would that work as an opportunity. But when you position it just now, like, and with the idea of like running webinars, for example, like, hey, let me be a sales guy for you, it's brilliant.
Yeah, and that's kind of the intent of like that's why we want to have one-on-one conversations with as many affiliates as we can because we want to bounce ideas and like figure out like is there a model where it makes sense because sometimes things can click. So missed opportunity lies in missed communication, y'all. So
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, there is also a lot of emails. So like, I get one thing I would like to see is if HighLevel could merge my contacts because I get way too many emails and copies of the same. I used to get like 10 emails of the same email because I've got different variations of emails in your database. So because of that noise, you get to the point where like, I just can't, and then you just constrain your focus to like something else. So there's that too. So whether it's like I get the point like one-to-one reach out, that's for those who are proactive. Otherwise, reading the emails, but I get too much, so it's a bit of a noise. Hopefully, this podcast can help send some messaging out for the people. But yeah, it's a hard one, right? How do you do it perfectly, right?
we'll find a way
We'll find a
someday.
way.
We'll find a
Yeah.
way.
The best way, guys, just come to the Level Up Summit in Dallas. We'll all be hanging out and you can learn even more. I'm gonna plug my offer in the true spirit of affiliate, guys. So if you're ready to dive into high level but don't want to waste months trying to figure it all out, I've got two clear paths for you. If you're an agency or SaaS builder, head over to vitmiller.com/high level. You'll get my essential business marketing system snapshot, which I normally sell for $1,100 for free. You customize fast track to success course. You get 3 1-hour strategy calls with me. You're gonna get a toolkit of bunch of templates, checklist, ClickUp template. I've got tons of it. You're gonna get 30% discount on my flagship SaaS agency system snapshot, which is end to end, which is what is being built on the back of how I built Stand Out from the Pack, my own SaaS. That's $4,500 value on that. Sorry, the discount is $3,500 value, designed to help you launch and grow your faster high level. Now, if you're a business owner who just wants to use high level for themselves, for your own business, but also wants a strategic partner in your corner, someone who speaks your language, brings battle tested automations and proven strategies to the table, then go to standoutfromthepack.com/sign up and you'll get a 7-day free trial, our grow or money back guarantee, and hands-on done for you support to actually help you grow, not just hand you suffer and leave you hanging. So whether you're building SaaS or building your own empire, pick your path, get the support, and let's grow. Let's go.
Awesome, man.
Jonah, it's been great to have you on the show, mate. I appreciate you. I know we had to reschedule a few times. Finally, we made it happen. And yeah, I've really enjoyed it.
I've really enjoyed it as well. Again, thanks so much for having me. Glad we could finally make it work.
Yes, yes. And I'm going to hang out with you. Are you going to be in Dallas?
I will be in Dallas.
Awesome, awesome. Looking forward to it, mate.
Perfect. I'll see you there, man.
Perfect. Guys, thank you for listening to today's episode on the High Level Experience. If you've enjoyed it, then please share it with other fellow agency mates and high levelers that you think would benefit from listening. For show notes, links, and extra tips to help you grow your agency or your SaaS with high level, please go to highlevelexperience.com. Thank you and have a great rest of your day, everybody.